Hello and welcome to another video with me, Winner, and to another video of Weekly Andrew, in which this week most of the anime that was remaining for this season have ended at this point. Still got a few left, but most of them have ended at this point. So yeah, going through, talking about the ones I've watched this season that ended this week, starting with Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night, which I guess is a slice of life drama kind of anime, which was pretty good. Though I think the main thing that really kind of made it good were just the characters themselves kind of feeling pretty organic and just natural for once. And also the drama it is also pretty good, which is something I honestly don't really see all that often, in my opinion at the very least. Considering most of the time I see drama, it's kind of just blown out of proportion for what it should be. But this was actually done pretty well, though I kind of think it went a bit downhill in the last few episodes. I really feel like the anime needed more time, a few more episodes at least, or just an entire second core, for it to really flesh things out when it comes to that stuff towards the end. So it could have actually been handled better, but yeah. It's also, without a doubt, Yuri bait as well, I think, considering the whole kiss thing in it. Especially considering the fact that it was also brought up a bit later in episode or two after that. So yeah, definitely Yuri bait, but the kiss there and the bit of teasing afterwards, that's literally all there is. So yeah, it's Yuri bait considering that stuff, but yeah. Moving on to the next thing, I guess, which is the Death Duke and his Maid, with the third and final season. And with this season, of course, we got Victor Bochan finally breaking his curse, and of course at the very end, getting married to Alice and everything. All the ships sailed within this season, except for one, which is of course Viola's, for obvious reasons. Don't be looking for someone so old, for fuck's sakes, Viola. Lower your standards a bit when it comes to age, I guess. But, yeah. Overall, good happy ending for everyone, basically. That's it. I'm also very happy that it did actually get fully adapted, though I did take a look at the manga to see exactly what all was left after the whole marriage thing. And most of the stuff that was actually after the marriage and the manga was just moved before wedding and everything in the anime, so there really isn't much left, but maybe it might be enough for an OVA or two. But chances of getting that are very low, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, good ending to this anime, thankfully. So yeah, moving on to the next thing, which is, as a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to raise in the world. Yeah, I kind of wish that had a shorter name, but yeah, it was kind of a generic isekai, reincarnation isekai anime, though it was better than the average generic reincarnation isekai stuff, I guess. And basically this entire season, I think, was basically like the prologue, getting everything set up, introducing characters, all that, in preparation for the war that's going to be happening and will start in the second season that has been announced for fall 2024. So yeah, honestly, one of the worst things in it, I think, is probably just Ars himself, because he really didn't get much character development at all. So yeah, he's kind of pretty generic still for a main character, and there's also the fact that he's still a kid. Yeah, but that's all there is for that, I guess. Waiting for the second season now, so yeah. Moving on to next thing, which is Blue Archive. Yeah, I'd say it was good, at the very least. Definitely not the best gacha game adaptation I have seen, but absolutely is not the worst, because there are some really bad gacha game adaptations I've seen. But from what I can tell and everything, it apparently adapted to one of the weaker arcs of the story or something. Beginning of the story is like one of the weaker parts, but I'm not exactly sure. I haven't played the game. So maybe I'll get better in if it gets another season or something and get more interesting. And honestly, the main thing that's really caught my interest so far when it comes to things is just the world itself and everything in general that's going on, though we don't really get to see much of that stuff, but it did kind of get me interested to playing the game a bit. But kind of chances of me actually playing Blue Archive went straight down the drain the moment I started playing Azur Lane again. So yeah, I'm not playing more than one fucking gacha game at a time. Thank you very much. So yeah, kind of hope it gets another season, but I'm not going to expect much, to be honest. So moving on to the next thing, which is Trains to the End of the World, which I was thinking was going to end last week, but it got a delay. So that's in this week. So yeah, it was a wild ride, if nothing else. That is for sure. Honestly, the creators of this, author, whatever, were fucking on something when they made this thing. With just how all over the place and fucking crazy the damn thing is. And seriously, the whole thing's basically just a 7G conspiracy theory, basically. When we basically don't even really have 6G yet. Oh, God. Also, I kind of feel like it's very fast-paced, but I think that's mostly just due to the fact that whenever the characters talking, it's like they're basically don't stop at all to take a breath at all. So it's just constant talking when the characters are actually talking. Or at least it's like that at moments. But yeah, overall, pretty good. But definitely a wild ride, that is for sure. And also, the map that you get to see at the beginning there, I assumed correctly and that it was accurate. Though you literally can't tell what any of the fucking stops on the map are until you actually get to see them. Because the map's just that bad. But yeah, moving on to the next thing, which is Chillin in Another World with level 2 super cheat powers, which honestly, I don't really have much to say for this anime, considering it's a pretty generic isekai anime, to be honest. But it was still pretty enjoyable and stuff, and was surprisingly not a harem anime despite the looks of it. All the characters basically have their own love interests and everything, though we really don't get to see much when it comes to that. It's just the main couple there and one other, pretty much, that you only really get to see in this first season. And yeah, don't really think it's going to get a second season, but going by the after credits for the final episode there, where you normally have an episode preview, seems like it could possibly get a second season. I'm honestly not sure. I doubt it will, but it's possible. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, moving on to the next thing here, which is Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy second season. Yeah. This season wasn't as good as the first season, I'd feel like, at the very least. But it was still enjoyable, despite how much it felt like it was getting dragged out. But with this season overall, we basically got a proper introduction of the heroes finally. And after that, we basically got 2 arcs. The Academy arc or whatever first, which was really dragged out and wasn't very interesting at all, to be honest. And then he got a second arc where it actually started getting a bit interesting again, and actually felt like something was actually happening. And of course, third season has been announced for it already, so maybe we have to wait another 3 years for that. But yeah, moving on to the next thing, which is Unnamed Memory, which was easily one of the worst anime adaptations I have seen, due to how much it rushed through the story and basically cutting out all the actual development for romance and everything. I can easily tell it did that without having to read the actual light novel or anything. Cause that's just how fucking blatantly they are just flying through the damn thing. Which makes it where, like, Oscar and Tinashe's relationship and the story in general is kind of just all over the place. You really don't understand much that's actually going on. Seriously, at the very least, half the things you just don't really understand. Because all the context has been removed or completely cut out. So, yeah. And then there was the final episode for this season. Which, generally, what the fuck was that? Can we please just pretend that didn't exist? Though I'm sure it has. Sure, that final episode there was basically the reason why the anime is called Unnamed Memory in the first place, but still. And, yeah. This is getting a second season somehow as well, so yeah, I'm just going to take a guess that literally the only reason why this is getting a second season is because it was planned to get a second season from the get-go. Because I genuinely cannot see how this could have gotten a second season otherwise, considering how bad of an adaptation this was. But at the very least, I guess, I can tell the story is good, and it would have actually been a good anime if it's got a proper adaptation that didn't rush through the fucking story. You can't actually see enough and understand enough to know that the story would be good if it was done properly. So, yeah. Guess check out the light novels if you actually want the story, I guess. So, moving on to the next thing, which is the many sides of a voice actor radio, which is another Yuri anime, or more accurately, Yuri bait, especially with the lack of actual romance going on in it. Though it does apparently actually become Yuri later on, so I guess the relationship kind of goes from rivals to lovers or something like that. But yeah. Overall, it was pretty good, I think, though it did have its dumb moments, especially with the whole challenge that Yui's mom made them go through and stuff, considering that challenge there literally never would have happened in real life, and the result of it itself is literally impossible, especially considering Japan's idol culture. So, yeah, really don't know why that had to be in there, but it was. But overall, pretty good. Got voice actors voicing voice actors. And honestly, I think they did a pretty good job actually voicing them, considering they're kind of rookie voice actors there, so good. I think they did a good job of portraying that or something. But yeah, moving on to the last anime that's into this week that I was watching, which is Data Live Season 5. Which, I thought there was going to be 13 episodes for this, so kind of a bit surprised it ended this week's. So yeah, 5th and maybe final season, I guess. And yeah, honestly, I kind of feel like I've lost interest in Data Live at this point, because I kind of feel like the story has gotten a bit dragged out and kind of suffered to power creep and stuff, considering last 2 seasons, to be honest, have kind of just been a bit ridiculous, I feel like. Just getting a bit convoluted when it comes to crap, so yeah, I've kind of lost interest at this point, but I guess this is the end of Data Live, unless they decide to make another season or something to finish the light novel content, I'm guessing, considering there's apparently like 3 volumes left in light novels, I guess. I'm not entirely sure, but it's more Data Live, I guess. Don't really have much else to say for it. So yeah, that there is anime done for this week, I guess. I was kind of debating on whether or not I should go ahead and show off the anime I'm going to be watching for the summer season, but yeah, I'm just going to push that off to next week, despite the fact that a lot of decent amounts of the stuff is going to be airing by then, but yeah, whatever. Push it off to next week. Azur Lane, guess I'll mention that once again. The rerun that was going on, yeah. The only thing I really have to mention is my me trying to actually get all these ships for the event. In which after like 50 pulls at minimum, or maybe even over 100 pulls, I'm honestly not sure, didn't really keep track. But yeah, managed to get Elbing once, and Yorick 5 times, which is enough to pull a limit breaker, of course. And then I got Edmund 3 times. And then, after all of those, I finally got Lutzel. And actually having 2 of her now as well, so that's nice, I guess. And of course, during the whole process of doing that, I got a few other ships from older events and stuff. So, got a few more ships out of that, I guess. So, making more progress and things. New events next week, I guess. Take a look at that. Actually, next 2 weeks, I guess, I think, going by the update notes, I think. Considering I think it goes to the 10th. But, yeah, don't really have all that much to say, else to say when it comes to stuff there. So, yeah, I think that's basically everything I have for this week to talk about. So, yeah, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and end this episode here. So, yeah. That's is in this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.